Good evening and welcome to We Lie to You News. We hope you had a fantastic Halloween, the one day of the year that kids also dress up pretending to be something they're not. Tonight's top stories include some scary updates on Charlie Kirk's assassination involving an Egyptian plane full of military contractors. But luckily, Kash Patel is strengthening the investigation by shutting down the investigation. We'll also tell you about a new DIY gender transition technique that'll probably make you puke. But starting with the Charlie Kirk case, surprisingly, incongruencies have been discovered in the very incongruent assassination narrative. Accordingly, Candace Owens just dropped a bombshell reporting, while citing flight logs, that 2 Egyptian military jets shadowed Charlie Kirk's travel for speeches from 2022 to 2025. And that includes an Egyptian military jet full of military subcontractors that were present in Utah at the time of Kirk's assassination. Here's Candace Owens for more on that.
This is totally routine, nothing you see here. Well, I'm telling you that for a fact, that plane was carrying military subcontractors. And for a fact, they were dropped off in Provo and that they did not make it back to Cairo. I showed you the plane left. They left on September 10th. It then laid over in Wilmington, Delaware, and departed back for Cairo on the 11th. I am telling you that when that plane left, okay, those people were mysteriously missing from that plane, okay?
Golly, potential Egyptian involvement in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Well, in the name of justice, I imagine Kash Patel and the FBI are looking into this. Is that right?
Kash Patel shuts down Charlie Kirk foreign intelligence probe in an explosive feud with Trump's counter-terror chief.
Well, that pretty much explains the Egyptian military planes. Sounds like Kash Patel didn't find anything when he refused to look and restricted anyone else from looking. This just in! As a reminder, if you question Israel about anything, Charlie Kirk or otherwise, you are an anti-Semite, just like Tucker Carlson. And we assure you that this isn't the same page out of the playbook that previously had you labeled a racist, transphobe, or anti-vaxxer for simply paying attention to nuance and asking questions. This time, shutting down conversation by smearing your character with one word that casts you as a hateful person is actually based on truth. Trust us, it might look exactly the same, but we're telling you it's different. Now back to the story. To further help the truth come to light, the judge presiding over the case of Charlie Kirk's accused killer has issued an unprecedented gag order on over 3,000 witnesses and members of the press. That will probably help the truth come out. To prove the alleged killer's guilt, who now journalists and over 3,000 witnesses cannot speak contrary to, we imagine the suspect's trans furry boyfriend will provide some key witness testimony that cements his guilt. This just in! The trans boyfriend is now missing, and it looks like he, she, they won't be able to testify under oath. I wonder if the Egyptian military subcontractors might know where he is. Could help find him. Gosh, this is starting to look like what some would call a very tightly controlled narrative about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I wonder why that would be. But you know, global politics are just getting hard to understand. Candace, could you give us an update to help clarify what the hell's going on in the world?
Pedophiles are in power.
Yes.
They are literally in power. And that is intentional because then they can be controlled while they are in power.
Candace, could you slightly expand on that?
It's not a coincidence that Justin Trudeau is gay. Obama, gay. Zelensky, gay. Emmanuel Macron, gay and married to a trans man who molested him when he was a child.
Excellent. I'm glad everything's going so well. Thank you, Candace. Let's check in and see what's on Gavin Newsom's mind.
Nothing I dislike more than the politician that sits there and lies to you.
Same, Gavin. And in other news, have you been wanting to change your gender but don't have the massive amount of money it takes to pay doctors to take painstaking efforts into changing you into your true gender that somehow you already are but also aren't unless you get surgery? Well, now it could be more affordable than ever with a DIY gender transition surgery done at home. Let's hear more from the guy who invented this cutting-edge technique. How'd you do it, buddy?
Did my castration.
You actually castrated yourself?
Yeah. How did you do that?
With some razor blades.
What did you do with your testicles?
I ate them.
And some say there's mental illness involved with those folks. Glad that conversation could be put to rest. That's it for today's news.
Do you think it's normal, by the way, that basically every person who speaks about Israel has to basically say a statement that's like, I don't want to get killed?
Oh, Candace, you're just overreacting, making things up. P.S. For the record, the guy that did this recent interview with Netanyahu does not want to get killed and has never thought of taking his own life. But we'll see what happens. Good night. Hey, I'll tell you why I'm sitting with my Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket in just a second, but first, there is no debate out there about how potent sauna use is for overcoming health challenges and optimizing your health. But the problem most people have is not realizing sauna use is good for them, it's access to saunas. But the Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket changes the game on all that. You have your in-home sauna unit at a fraction of the cost of a normal sauna system. And the best part is it's infrared, it heats up super hot, super fast. The infrared sauna blanket has become an absolute staple in my wellness routine. I'm usually doing 3 30-minute sessions per week where I'm just listening to a podcast and relaxing. And afterwards, I always feel more relaxed, less stressed, and I sleep like a baby that night. I love the detoxification benefits, and especially as I get older, I love the fact that this keeps my metabolism going fast. To up-level your wellness routine quickly, easily, and affordably, get your Bond Charge infrared sauna blanket at bondcharge.com/JP and use promo code JP to save 15%. That's $140 off your infrared sauna blanket. That's bondcharge.com/JP.